Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I think it's Thursday. Uh, Welcome, everybody, to the coffee sessions. It is, I'm on my third cup of Joe this morning. It's a little warmer today, about 30, I think they said it was 39 degrees, which is considerably warmer than it was this time yesterday. But pretty gloomy, overcast, got some rain coming in, so looks like it's going to be an inside kind of day for me. Let's see who we've got over here. I'm way behind on the comments, looks like. Javi took the honors this morning for being first, looks like. We got Joanne, a.k.a. Dwayne, I think, if I remember correctly. How you doing? Always says 56 down here in Miami, finally warming up a bit. What's Ontario looking like? Probably cold up there. Big D in the house. Yeah, he says Dwayne, so I guess I'm right on the Joanne thing. Let's see. We got Ronald Cool says morning from Media Hospital again. Man, Ronald, you got to get well, buddy. Appreciate you watching the coffee sessions, but you need to do that at home. Hope you get well soon. Troy Pritchard in the house. Good morning, everybody. He says, happy Thursday. Thank you for confirming that it's Thursday. Makes me feel better. Let's see who else we got here. Ronald says he has bad infection in arm. Can't figure it out this time. Had to revive me real close to being on life support. Bad reaction to antibiotics that they gave me. Been here 5 days so far. Second time this month. Wow. Well, get well soon, Ronald. I hope they figure out what the deal is. Real Walker's in the house this morning. It says 25 degrees, 42 for the high. Let's see what else we got here. Hitch Hamilton's in the house this morning. It says 59 degrees and foggy. Yeah, it's pretty, not really foggy. It's just really overcast here. Good morning, says Ryan Ballard. How you doing? Let's see. Mike Reynolds is in the house. How you doing, Mike? Kevin Els is watching. Thank you for joining the coffee sessions, Kevin. Russ Meadows says, "Morning, Dave. What's shaking?" I got some good stories this morning, and I'll be sharing a money making tip later on too. So bring your pencil and paper. You want to write this down. Let's see. LB Sharp's in the house. Says, been there, done that, Ronald Cool. Hope you have no side effects later. Yeah. LB says, morning all. Steve Gronsky in the house, 39 in Mustang, Oklahoma. It's about what it was here. Gary Hammett, how are you doing this morning, Gary? Good to see you. Clyde Labonte, good morning, Clyde. Keith Stanford, 27 degree warm hello to all. Scrolling Mike Murray, aka used to be Miter Mike Murray, but he's on the scrolling kick now, so I've dubbed him Scrolling Mike, live on Facebook and YouTube. Check him out. Let's see here. John Lang's watching this morning. 54 degrees, he says. There's my old buddy Janet checking us out on Facebook. Thank you, Janet, for watching the coffee sessions. I appreciate you. John Lang's in Southwest Florida. Klondike says good morning. It says 59 foggy in Southwest Florida. Clyde says warmer here too, 30 degrees. Yeah. JBL Woodworking says 28 in White Cloud, Minnesota. Or no, Michigan. Yeah, MN is Minnesota, I think. Michigan. My bad. Third cup. Yep, I'm on my third. James Ridgway says, good morning, everyone. Scrolling Mike says he'll be back on later today. Scrolling again. Yep. Be sure and check him out, folks. Does some great scroll saw work. All right, so I think I'm caught up on the comments, at least for a minute. Got a couple little stories. Got a lot of news about airports and airplanes this morning. They've had and I'm sure it's probably not just the Atlanta airport. It's probably any big city that's got an airport. But here, particularly of late, we've had, I say we, the Atlanta airport has had an issue with a lot of homeless people that, it's cold outside, so they're looking for a warm place. So they've been hanging out at the airport. And I guess it's getting to be kind of a problem because not all of them are real nice. So, when they go to, and I say they, the security people at the airport, when they go to ask them to move on or whatever, they're liable to pull out a weapon of some kind. So, it's getting to be a problem. And like I said, I would guess, I guess I'm only hearing about the Atlanta airport because I'm here in Atlanta, but I would think this is probably a problem everywhere. Because, think about up north, those states, it gets colder quicker and a lot colder. So I would guess that they might have that issue too. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about this is there was some kind of airport official. I don't know who he was. Maybe he's the manager of the airport or whatever. But he was on the news. And it always kills me how these people try to be so politically correct. And I guess that's because I'm probably the least politically correct person I know. But this guy was on there talking. And he's talking about this issue with these folks being in the airport. And he started out and he started to say the word homeless, but he caught himself and he said, now get this, residentially challenged. And I'm thinking, residentially challenged. Wow, that's definitely a different way to say homeless, I guess. But anyhow, I just thought that was kind of strange that because like I said, he caught himself. He said, and then he started to say homeless, and he stopped and then said residentially challenged. But no matter what you call it, there's people that don't have a place to stay. So, and I feel bad for, I feel bad for a lot of them. And even the ones that are, trying to be nice, say this, but there's a lot of folks out there that probably don't need to be running around the general population, if you know what I mean. They're messed up either because of drugs or alcohol or both, or maybe they're just plain crazy, But we have these folks running around. Of course, not all of those are homeless. I guess I should add, but yeah, you got a lot of folks running around in the general population that shouldn't be. But yeah, they had an incident the other day where I guess one dude was sleeping on a chair or something, and the security guard went to wake him up and tell him he had to move on, and the guy got pretty rough with the security guard, and then when they brought some other people in. He had like a hatchet and a big machete or something like that on him. So if you're traveling the airport, you need to be careful of that kind of thing, um, because they're all out there everywhere. Yeah. Let's see if I can find my mouse. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Silver Horse says that's a new one. Yeah, I'd never heard that before, because everybody always says homeless people. But this guy, I guess, was trying to be politically correct, said residentially challenged, which to me is just stupid to say that. Say what it is. But yeah, homelessness is sad. Consider myself lucky. Yeah, I mean, we might all be there one day. I mean, the way the things go, you just never know. Got to be thankful for, if you got a roof over your head and, you know, food in the fridge and stuff like that. I know I am. But it says drugs are the biggest problem here with the homeless. Yeah. And I don't understand how, you see it on the news all the time. A lot of these big cities, instead of doing something that'll really help, is they're giving them needles and stuff like that, kind of enabling them, I think. So Terry Dobbs says a lot of people running on a short fuse these days. Yeah, that's what I mean when I talk about crazy. I don't mean they're all the homeless people. There's a lot of them that have homes that are crazy. But anyhow, there's your new politically correct term for the day: residentially challenged. So yeah, it says he was vertically challenged, which is the politically correct way to say short. And I am too, so I guess I'm vertically challenged as well. But yeah, pretty sad. But like I said, all this stuff going on in the airport, and I know it can't just be Atlanta. All these big cities have problems. So I'm just hearing about the ones that are local to me. But another little thing that I saw on my local news this morning. Let's see if I can find it. And this is from my Fox 5 Atlanta, which is my favorite news channel. Says that after an increase in reported animal incidents on Delta flights, including urinating and biting, Delta is changing the requirements for passengers with service or support animals. And that kind of goes along with another story that was put out here. I think this is by the Washington Post. That says the Department of Transportation proposes a ban on emotional support animals on planes. And I personally, might step on some toes here, but I personally think that this is kind of long overdue. I think a lot of people are kind of pushing the limits on what they're saying is their emotional support animal. It goes on to say here, the airlines would no longer be required to accommodate travelers who want to fly with emotional support animals such as pigs, cats, rabbits, etc. So basically what they're trying to do, I think, is say that there's a big difference between a service animal, which has been trained to do things for that individual, and just an emotional support animal. Because people, I know me personally, if I got on a plane and I was sitting in my seat waiting to fly somewhere. And then somebody come and sat down beside me that had like a snake in their hands or around their neck or whatever and said, "Oh, this is my emotional support animal." I'm sorry. I'd have to say, nope, ain't happening here. So me or the snake would have to go. But anyway, so that's another thing related to. I don't remember saying to Lexington. She's in there yakking about something. Yeah, she just said something. But anyway, I guess I said something that sounded close to that. But anyhow, I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but I think that's something that's. I'm gonna have to tell her to shut up again. Don't know what I said, but she will not be quiet. Let's see. We got Brian Gidney in the house this morning. How you doing, Brian? Let's see. Let me put on my glasses so I can read some of these comments. Gary Hammett's got a good point here. Some of the ones that don't need to be walking around in public may be in Congress. I would say you're probably right about that. Got Chris Tackett in the house this morning. How you doing, Chris? Got the awesome logo there. Even got Southern Woodworkers on there. Okay, cool. Yeah, Ryan says on, I don't know how you say that. I guess that's an Hawaiian island, isn't it? Island. Homeless is a huge problem. Mainland cities buy them a ticket and send them out there. You can't go to the parks anymore because they are overrun by the homeless. Yeah. Like I said, it's a big problem everywhere, and it doesn't seem like anybody's really doing anything about it. And when I say do something about it, I don't mean go arrest them and anything like that. I'm saying, we need to. There's plenty of things that could be done, I think, but people just won't do it. They'll spend money on all kinds of crazy things, like the government will spend millions of dollars on a study of the sex life of a flea or something like that, and then but they, I don't know how they do spend money on those different kinds of things. And what do we get out of it? Yeah, let's see. It's getting like third world traveling with their goats. Yeah. Like I say, I would have absolutely no problem with somebody bringing a support dog or even a cat. And I'm not a cat person. But I just don't think people can train a duck or a rabbit or something like that to be and they're not support, or they're not service animals. They call them emotional support animals. And I think that's what the airlines is finally saying. Yeah, we've been kind of going along with this, but now it's time to change the rules a little bit, because it's getting a little ridiculous. We got Wild Bill Larison in the house. How you doing, Bill? Hope you're doing well. Hope you got some coffee. I'm laughing at some of these comments. Got Jeff Morgan in the house. How you doing, Jeff? Go Chiefs. I'll have you know I'm going to be pulling for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Only because I like Mahomes. I think Mahomes he's just so much fun to watch. So I'm going to be pulling for him. I hope they can do well. Let's see. Jim from Totally Wood Workshop, Jim Sinicola. Good morning, sir. How are you? Let's see, George Rothfuss. The funniest weather report. The NWS in Miami tweeted that the unusual forecast was due to temperature lows of between 30 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit last night. This isn't something we usually forecast, but don't be surprised if you see iguanas falling from the tree tonight. Who had this happen to them? Yeah, I saw that too, George. That's that's weird. And I also was reading a little bit of it, and they said, if you walk outside and you see one laying on the ground and it looks like it's dead, don't mess with it. Don't pick it up, because I guess if they get warm while you're holding them, they might bite you. So you should just leave them alone. And then other folks are saying, well, pick them up and set them over in the sunshine or something. But yeah, getting cold and iguanas falling out of the trees. That's I've heard of raining cats and dogs, but I've never heard of frozen iguanas falling out of a tree. That's a new one on me. Larry Galt, we've been worried about you, Larry. Where you been? We're going to start giving you a wake-up call or what, buddy? Good to see you, Larry. Charles Steed is in the house. He says, good rainy day in Georgia, Dave. Yeah, it's going to be one of those inside days, I think. Jeff says, how about them Chiefs? Patrick is off. He's talking about Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, the guy can, he's definitely different. He's not your average quarterback. Throws sidearm and around. I love it when they show him and the defensive guy's doing this and he throws it and the ball goes like under their arm or something. All right. Well, Larry's got a good excuse. He was setting up the CNC for a cut. All right. Your excuse then for being late, since it was something about CNC. Dwayne says, as long as it's not a gator falling out of a tree. Yeah. From some of the pictures I've seen of the gators down there, they're too big to get in a tree. The tree wouldn't hold them. It's they always post those ones that are big old things waddling across the golf course or something like that. That is just crazy. I don't know that I'd want to live any place where there's gators like that, because it seems like you'd have to keep an eye out, when you have your dog outside and stuff all the time. And I know how Jack is. He'd walk right up to one and sniff it. So if he saw one. But, well, all right. I've pretty much covered all my exciting stuff. Oh, I got a money tip for you, though. I'll give you a minute. Y'all go get a pencil and paper, because you're going to want to write this down. It's not, I'm not much of a smart guy when it comes to money, but I do have what I think is going to be a really good tip. Something to invest in. So if you want to get a pencil and paper, I'll give you a minute, and let me know when you're ready, and I'll let you know what it is, and you can write it down. And that third cup is tasting pretty good. Patrick's is in the house. How you doing, Patrick's? He must be, Thursday. You must be getting ready to go to work, because it would be about 6:25 in the morning out there where he's at. So, had a really good crowd here this morning. Must be rainy and gloomy everywhere, and nobody has anything to do, so they just get on here at the coffee sessions. My dogs are excited to there's been work crews, painting crews and stuff. They're working on that house across the street from me, repainting it, or I don't know what all they're doing. But all right, George said he's ready. He's got his pencil and paper, so he's ready for this tip. So let's see. He says, I'm not smart when it comes to money, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night. I think it's Holiday Inn Express. Yeah, I think it's the Express one you got to stay at. All right, so I'm going to give you my money-making tip for the day. Actually, this is one where I hope I'm wrong, but you never know. All right, here's the tip. If you want to have a good chance at making some money, buy a life insurance policy on Tulsi Gabbard. Now, for those of you who haven't heard, Tulsi Gabbard, and if you don't know who Tulsi Gabbard is, she is one of the Democratic, I think she's from Hawaii, I believe, but she's one of the people that are running for president in the Democratic thing. Okay. And she has filed a lawsuit for defamation of character against Hillary Clinton for what I read was $50 million. So there's my tip. Buy a life insurance policy on Tulsi Gabbard, because something bad could happen. I'm just saying. And you all know what I'm talking about, unless you've been hiding under a rock for the past 20 years. So there you go. Dave's money making tip for the day. That should do it. All right. Well, it's been on here almost 30 minutes. I've shared all my tidbits of wisdom. That's about all I got for today, I guess. Y'all stay safe, stay warm, stay dry. And I guess we'll all meet up here and drink coffee again tomorrow if you want to. I'll be here. Maybe have some more interesting news than what I have. George says, that is funny. Well, you know, it is, but yet it won't be if it really happens. I'm just saying, you know, I think the odds of something weird and unexplained happening to Tulsi Gabbard just improved overnight, basically, after she filed that. So yeah, there you go. All right, I got to get out of here, folks. Got to try to get to work and do something. Be productive some kind of way. So anyway, if you're not doing nothing tomorrow, come on back. Join me on the coffee sessions. We'll meet right here and swap lies and drink coffee. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see y'all.